God bless you guys. I had this vision, just dream a couple weeks ago, and the Lord told me to post it, and I forgot all about it. Then He reminded me, and I forgot all about it again. So let me just, I said it, I said this to other people, but, um, so I had this dream where I was in this neighborhood, and I was walking around with my earthly dad, and we were walking, and then I seen a group of my family. And I seen them talking to a police that was on a horse. I believe the horse was brown. It was a brown horse. And so I was, curious, wondering why my family's talking to the cops, like what happened. So I went up there, and then there's this other brother in Christ that I know, and I went up to them, and I haven't seen him for a while. And then so I said, "What's going on?" I went to my family members. I said, "What's going on?" And they said that this brother in Christ was around, and he was looking for me. I said, where is he? And they said that he went looking for you. So okay, so I said, all right. So in my mind, I'm wondering why are you talking to the cops about this. But anyways, so I go with my dad, and I said, let's go look for him. We went around the neighborhood looking for him, and then we decided to split up. So we're looking, looking, looking. We still didn't find this brother, and then I ended up at some house that was my mother's house in the dream. So I knocked on the door. I opened, I don't know, and I greeted my mom. My mom hasn't seen this brother in Christ either for a long time, so she was excited to hear about him. So when I said, do you know that this guy's around? And she said, yeah, they told me. Did you find him? I said, no, not yet. Dad's out there looking for him now. So I sat down and started talking to my mom. And then I got an impression inside me that he was right about to knock on the door. So I said, I think he's here. So I got up, and when I went to the door, he was just walking up to the door. So I greeted him, so excited to see him. I brought him in. My mom was so excited. And so they greeted each other. We sat down, we started talking, and I started asking him certain questions about God, and very, intricate questions, deep, but unfortunately I don't remember what the things I asked him. So I remember while I was sitting on the left side of the couch, he was sitting on the right side, and my mom was sitting across from us. And I just decided to look at the ceiling, and when I looked up toward the ceiling, I didn't see no ceiling. I seen outer space, and there was no atmosphere, no clouds. And then I seen this cube-like meteor, huge. We're talking about maybe you know, a state size meteor, and then there's a whole bunch of them about to fall down. And I was like, what the heck is that? I said something like that, and this brother in Christ turned and looked at me, seeing that I was looking up. He looked up, and he was like, oh, and as he seen that, he started to get up slowly. He's like, oh, all right, I gotta go, I gotta go. I don't know if he said we gotta go or I gotta go. I'm not too sure. But anyways, so he went out the back porch, and we had a patio. He walked down the block, and we seen him walking down the block. He made a right and crossed the street into this person's house where they had a front patio made out of wood. And he walked onto the porch, and then so me and my mom are looking at him, wondering what's he doing or what's he going to do. And so he at this point he was on their porch, and he looked toward at us because uh, we can oversee that street. And my vision like zoomed in like binocular visions, like I zoomed in like to see him. I don't know how that happened, but it happened. And he was telling me to pray for that house. And I didn't quite understand it, but I was like, okay. I was like, Mom, he wants us to pray for that house. So we began praying for the house. So he went inside of the house. So I began to pray for the house. And, I started speaking in tongues. My mom started speaking in tongues. And instantly, as I'm praying for this house, I was instantly teleported into their house. And so and it was like nothing. I didn't find it weird that I was all of a sudden in this house. And I just went about my business and praying for this house, and people were there. scared and wondering what's going on, and we were praying for them. I think we were praying and trying to protect, anoint the house so that these meteors don't crash into their house. I think that's what we were doing. So we were going throughout all the rooms and everyone praying for them. And then I woke up. The Lord told me to pay attention to the settings of this of the dreams that I've been having from now on, and like settings. So it was day. I know that it was daylight when this happened. There was no atmosphere when I looked up and I seen all the meteors. I don't know if there was no atmosphere or I got to see beyond that. Um, and the Lord told me that dream takes place during a great tribulation, after the rapture type thing. So I was like, wow, well, hey. So he wants me to put this out, and God bless you guys. Keep me in prayer.